Lake Lugana, on the outskirts of the Philippine capital Manila, provides a livelihood to hundreds of poor fishing communities living precariously on the shores of the lake. These impoverished families lost most of their meager possessions when the levels of the lake rose by some 2 meters after Typhoon Ketsana struck. The International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies used ECHO funds to provide tools and materials so that the families could rebuild their homes. Despite the continuing threat, moving away from the shore of the lake is not an option for most inhabitants. Nora Concilio, a grandmother who has lived on the shores of the lake with her family for over 20 years, explains. This is our home, and we've lived here for so many years. Even if we did move, where could we go, and how could we live without the lake? When the storms come and we get the warnings over the TV, we just tie down the roof with extra rope and hope for the best. Only a few miles away, a much more ambitious shelter project is taking shape with funding provided by ECHO. 700 transitional shelters are being constructed for those displaced by last year's storms. This €1 million project is implemented by the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies. It has the support of local authorities which provided the land, with the beneficiaries themselves taking part in the construction process. Currently, 400 families who will live in the transitional shelters are housed in this tent village on site. With the onset of the rains, conditions are difficult for the inhabitants, so having a proper roof over their heads will bring a marked improvement in their living conditions. Many of the inhabitants are casual labourers participating in the construction process. Editor Esbabe, a carpenter and father of 4, has been using his skills to make the frames for the bamboo walls and windows. He looks forward to moving into his house once the job is done. The work's been quite tough, but when everybody in the community helps out, then we can really get it done well. The houses will be sturdy, and they will last a long time, but people will still have to look after them. For Editor Esmabi and his family, the new transitional shelters will mean a huge improvement in their living conditions and much better protection from future storms. His friends and neighbours will also be living here, thus preserving the sense of community which is so vital to these impoverished families.